And we're live. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nicky Smokes. I'm joined by Tone, Vic, and we got a special guest in the house today, Mr. Ice himself. Welcome to Nicky Smoke Shop. It's an absolute honor to have you here, buddy.
Excited to be here. Excited. I've watched you guys a couple of times, played some of your picks. You know, I know Nicky's a huge fan of the Dolphins, and he's made me some money early on. So I had to fade him last week because I was easy with Buffalo. But
don't come on my show talking shit. Like I just fucking flew to Buffalo, stayed there for an extra 2 nights, watched my team get absolutely mollywopped, and the first thing you say on my show is you just had to slam the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, tread lightly, Elio. He's been getting rid of friends this week, apparently.
Yeah, I cut off Big Cat. I cut off Jersey Jerry. You know, like, I don't have a problem with people fading the Dolphins, but if I consider you a friend of mine and I tell you I'm flying out to the game, give me a courtesy text. Hey, man, I'm fading the Dolphins. I just want you to know it's nothing personal. Cool. Don't go on Barstool Sports Advisors and be like, oh, Nicky Smokes is over here talking about Super Bowl. Fuck that. The Bills are going to win by 40. Then it makes it personal. I don't like that.
I get it.
As long as it wasn't personal, I'll let it slide. You're a first-timer here. Big Tone, I'll never let that slide. You said the Dolphins wouldn't make the playoffs. The Giants look like fucking dog shit. So I won't even address that anymore. But I will address how we did last week. I did good on my Twitter plays. I went 3-1. This is going to sound fucked up. I don't know how I did on the plays that I gave out on this podcast. The board was so fucking confused. I don't know. It didn't hit me. I didn't submit it until Sunday. But most of the picks were pretty much the same. I think I did good. I don't know the official record. Not professional of me. I am not a professional. I am just some jerk off who want to bet with Dave Portnoy. So you should never take me serious. But I did do good last week. Tone, how did you do?
Yeah, that's the difference between us. I know what the fuck's going on. So for me, what I did is I went 3-0 in the games I gave you for my sides. I gave you the Vikings, I gave you the Chargers, and we did Philly and Washington over. They were all a bit of a sweat, but that's how the NFL is. It's a fucking grind. We got those home. I gave you guys 5 touchdown plays. 3 of them got home. So that's a pretty good fucking week. Obviously, we added some stuff throughout the week, and we went out back and forth. But that's back-to-back, weeks that we've not last week, but we're hitting these touchdown plays. We got games home. We got the plus $600 parlay home, and we got a bunch of tough games this week. But I'm cooking right now.
Big Dick Vic, how'd you do?
I'm a fucking mess right now. I'm a mess. 2-9. I'm 2-9. These are horrible numbers. I could get my dog's paw to fucking touch the newspaper and do better than 2-9. And here I am wasting time fucking studying, and I'm losing. I lost with the Browns. That shouldn't even be a loss. I didn't even bet that myself. Once I heard Watson was out and the line did a flipperoo, but I had to lock it in, so I lost that. Broncos pushed. I don't even know how I got that. That was a miracle. Otherwise, I'm 0-3. And the Patriots weren't even close. So that was terrible. And 2-2 on gun to the head plays. So I'm 6-2 in my last 8 gun to the head plays.
Maybe you should just bet those. But Vic, has it ever occurred to you? Last week we talked about Zach Wilson, and you were like, the kid's trying. He studies. It's not like he's Jamarcus Russell and he ain't watching film. You're watching too much film. I think you're letting too much shit cloud your head. I think you need to just smoke a fucking joint, look at the board, and whichever one sticks out to you, just got to run it. You're reading too much.
I really just need to just follow like Mr. Ice or something.
Well, I was just gonna say, speaking of Zach Wilson, Mr. Ice had a play on fucking the Jets, and he's probably you got to send Patty Mahomes a Christmas card or something. Were you losing your mind at the end? Did you think he was gonna slide or score?
Well, so when the games get close, sometimes as gamblers, we do all freaky things. I shut the game off, and I was watching on Gamecast. So I saw it was first and like 10 at the 13, and I was like, please just get inside the 3. And then I saw it happen on Gamecast. I was like, it was easy. So I the anxiety gets to me. I got too much money on the games. My kids are crying from upstairs, so I can't even watch it. I just watched it on Game. I don't know why it is. It feels so much more comfortable watching on Gamecast and not live. I don't know why.
When I used to bet like real men money, I would only like put the final score alert on from ESPN, like for basketball, because it was basketball. Like I was betting like $2,000 a game on the NBA, and watching it would just give me the worst anxiety. But then it got to the point I started waking up at like 3 a.m. covered in sweat, and I'm having nightmares about like Devin Booker hitting a 3-pointer. So like it was just bad. Like I had to stop. Like I cut my units by like $900 of what I used to bet.
Smart.
I think what makes it so fun following Ilio's hockey picks is fucking because you come in between periods of the video and you could see you're stressed out. You're like, we just need one goal here, and that pumps my blood. I live for that. It's all. I mean, personally for me, you resurrected hockey for me. I mean, the 94-95 strike. After that, I stopped watching it, and you know what I mean. I started watching NBA, college ball, and hockey took a back seat. Then I started making money on it. I'm watching everything now.
I love it. Yeah. It was like the only sport I didn't play. So hockey and I just what happened was horse racing, I lost all my money. NFL lost all my money. College, I went down the line. So my I think it was top was hockey. And I got it 4 years ago. I started doing this, and I've had 4 really good winning years in a row. Part of the thing I think is because I'm playing one game. So you can't. I mean, obviously, I could lose 13 in a row, easy, no problem. It happens. But when you're betting 4 or 5 games a day, you go one day 0-4, you're done.
Done for the week.
Yeah, you're done. I mean, to get back 4 units, you got to win 6, really, right? I mean, you got to win 6 games in a row to really make any money.
That's what's fun about it, though, because people look forward to the one, and you get on these streaks, and they are fun. I know I saw you say that you aren't thrilled about the scoring so far early on, so we'll see how that works. Those new hats are fucking fire, though.
Thank you. Got them yesterday. So quick funny story is you got to text the boss, Dave. So I'm like, listen, I'm making some hats. He's making some stuff for me. He's like, all right, great. He's like, great. So I thought he was like good for it. He's like, make sure you sell more than 4 this time.
Well, you got 3 right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got them right in the room,
and I got the employee discount, so I'll just buy 4 of them.
There you go.
Yeah, my numbers were way higher than that, but he's just.
Of course, that's how he is. Yeah.
All right, so. I know you watched the show before, but if anyone's new watching, this segment is called Gun to the Head. We don't want to bet these games, but we have to bet these games. There's a gun to our head. And honestly, if you wake up and you're a degenerate like all 4 of us, and it's Thursday, you're betting Thursday Night Football. If you wake up Sunday morning, there's a game, you're going to bet Sunday Night Football. So we're going to start with those 2 games. Start with Thursday night. We got Bears going to Washington. The line is currently -5.5. I'll go with Big Tone. What do you like here?
Both these teams are the Bears are so fucking bad. It's hard to even think about betting them. And I know they had flashes last week, and I know it was the Broncos. Part of me wonders, even though they lost, you heard Justin Fields is down in the dumps, has his uniform on, all that kind of shit. This Bears team should not be winning football games. They gotta actually just tank. And for me, I think the Commanders are a lot better of a team on the offensive line and the defensive line. It might be a sucker play, but this should be a touchdown. It's -5. It just feels like a kind of a rat line to me. I feel better about the under 45 in this game, but gun to head, I would take Washington and lay the points. But for me, I really like the under Thursday. Week 5, teams are starting to get banged up a little bit, and both of these teams are trash.
Vic, what do you got?
Gun to my head stuff forces me to play this. This is a tough game because I don't think Washington's ready yet to start laying touchdowns. They already screwed me early in the year laying a number like that. And I don't think, the Bears might just totally lay down to get the coach fired. Fields already spoke out to me that he hates him. So I'm going to stay off it. I'm going to go prop again since I lost last week. I figured let me do the same thing since that's the definition of being a maniac. So I'm going to go over 60-plus yards with Terry McLaurin. He's back from the turf toe injury. It slowed him down the first couple weeks. Then last week he went for 8 for 86 against the Eagles defense. The line is 60.5 right now. His average yards line is usually 67.5. So to me, it feels like it's on a discount, 7.5 points lower. So I'm going to go over 60-plus yards. It's -118 at FanDuel. Terry McLaurin, over 60-plus yards.
Now,
in my head. I don't want to get killed.
If I was someone new to this show and I listened to you give a pick, I would tail you every single fucking time just to find out you're 2-9 is heartbreaking.
Bro, that is the best compliment that you can give me.
Just a tremendous amount of passion.
That's what I like to do. I do it to my friends all the time. They fucking then they'll bet it. They're like, oh my God, what the hell were you even thinking? Okay.
Iceman, what do you got?
So gun to the head pick. Yeah, it's one of those awful games. Yeah. I think Washington's been competitive, 3 out of 4 games, I'm assuming. I think they were right. Besides the Buffalo game, it's been pretty tight games where Chicago, I think, has been uncompetitive. Maybe last week they, after blowing a huge lead, but I don't think the other games were really competitive. So gun to head, I would take Washington. I know I don't want to lay the points with them, but Chicago might be, the coach might go. There's too much shit going on with them. So gun to head, Washington -5.5 or whatever it is.
I like that. I'm honestly going to go with you. I'm going to take Washington. It could be -6, -7, -10, -15. I don't give a flying fuck. The Bears are a dumpster fire right now. Justin Fields is lost. The whole locker room's lost. Their ex-defensive coordinator was doing child pornography shit. This team sucks. They get absolutely mollywopped. I will take the Commanders. Gun in my mouth, not even to my head. Put that whole clip in my mouth. Big pause. Commanders -5.5, -6. I don't care what it is. All right. Sunday morning football. Jags at Buffalo. The game's in London. The Jags played in London last week. They beat the living shit out of the Falcons. The line is Buffalo -5.5. Iceman, I will start with you on this one.
Okay, real tough game. I bet both these teams, I think, every week. Jags really hurt me in the beginning of the year. I think I bet the Jags against KC and somebody else. They really haven't played well. I think last week was the first time they got their shit straight. I don't think much about Atlanta, but I think maybe getting away from everything. They were supposed to be this high-rising team. And then Buffalo is coming off, that squeaking win over Miami. I think that they might be a little bit, that was sort of a big game for them. So I would take the Jags +6. I mean, I don't love the game, but gun to the head.
Vic?
I'm with Mr. Ice, and that makes me feel so fucking good because sometimes I'm lost, and it's going to be really early in the morning, but I love the Jaguars here, the London Jaguars. They actually stayed right in London. They didn't even come home.
Yeah.
They stayed out there, not to attack smart. I mean, almost a no-brainer. But if you look at the Bills last week, emotional win over the Dolphins, a team they hate. Now they got to fly across the globe to play a Jaguar team that they haven't really run the ball good, but I think they're going to break out in their running game. I feel like Buffalo struggles stopping the run. But for me, which this makes this an automatic play for me, you got a team, Buffalo, I think it's 3 straight games now. They scored 37 points or more. Anytime that happens in the NFL, fucking disaster waiting to happen. It just happened, I think, with the Dallas when they lost to Arizona. They had a couple big offensive games, and then all of a sudden they fucking shit the bed. I think that happens here. The travel, off the emotional win, 3 straight games scoring 37 points. Huge letdown spot for the Bills. I'll grab the 5.5 with the Jags.
Tone?
Yeah, it feels like to me that everybody thinks this is a letdown spot. It seems like the easy play. Jags are basically home when they're in London. Did we all just watch that dick smoking? I mean, that was an absolute.
No, I didn't watch it. No.
That's the whole.
I was just at the fucking game, Tone.
Dude, listen. All I'm going to say is, from the videos, you probably didn't make it through the first quarter. So it's probably the best thing that ever happened to you that's not seeing it. It was an absolute dick smoking. This team, we talk about windows. We talk about you gotta show up. This is the window. They have to fucking get shit done. That win against Miami is not gonna make them slow down. I think it propels them. I think everybody's gonna be on the Jags here. I like the Bills. I don't love how the Jags gave up 37 to Houston, 24 to the Colts. What's gonna happen when Josh Allen comes in here? I just like the Bills in this spot. I'm going to take the Bills gun to head. And I might make this an official play. I'll let you know over the weekend. But I'm on the Bills.
Vic's usually the one that gives history lessons. Let me give you a history lesson. Last year,
love this.
The Jags were one of the worst teams in the league. No one thought they had a chance against Buffalo. They won the game outright, 9-6. That might have been 2 years ago. Principle still applies. It's history. History will repeat itself.
That's
and
right.
I'm glad Tone took Buffalo, or else all 4 of us would have been on the Jags, and they would have been fucking dead before kickoff. I'm taking the Jags. Give me the points. This one's personal for me. Buffalo fucked me last week. I'm getting my vengeance this week. Give me the Jags. Fuck the Bills. Jags plus 5.5. Call me here. Take care.
That's not how vengeance works. You don't get the piggyback.
What do you mean? That's exactly how vengeance works.
No, that's not how that works.
What do you mean? How else would vengeance work? Explain it to me.
Miami would have to get even with them.
I gotta wait till week 18. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that later.
All right.
Both of you have a problem with personal bias.
There's no personal bias.
The Giants, and this guy wants the team that beat the Dolphins. He wants them to lose this week.
You're betting the same team, so fuck you. We're on the same side.
I am. I'm in.
All right, next up. Now, this game sounds way too easy. Texans at Atlanta. The Falcons, after starting 2-0, are now 2-2. Houston looks like the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. I don't know why Atlanta's favored in this game. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. The sharp play, if I had my butter knife, I would take Atlanta. I simply can't do it. The Falcons at home suck. They are fucking dog shit. They find ways to lose game. I might even be so sharp, I might take Atlanta first half and the Texans to win the game outright. That's how I'm thinking right now. That's my read on this game. Atlanta comes out hot. All the Houston bettors, they're shitting their pants. Atlanta does what they do best, choke in the fourth quarter. I hate this game, but I'm taking the Texans with the points. What do you got, Mr. Ice?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, gun to head, of course. I don't think this would be one of my games. It definitely wouldn't. But +3, Texans' defense is for real. And the quarterback is playing great. He moves around a little bit. I mean, what's not to like? I know NFL is about spots. A lot of the games is spots. So this is probably not the best spot for them, but I can't back Atlanta. I don't let the quarterback. I'm not a big fan of. They are much better, I think, at home, but I'll take the points.
Vic?
I hate this Falcon team. I've said it since week 1. I don't like them. If it wasn't for Zach Wilson being so bad, this Riddler kid will be getting destroyed because they have to find somebody to pick on. And he's fucking dead. And I don't care if they have the two receivers, London and Pitts. If they don't have an offensive line and a quarterback, forget about it. But to me, this play is Stroud. He just looks incredible. He looks way ahead of Bryce Young right now. 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Right, and you just see his press conference during the week. He said he was like happy that the Steelers fans went home crying, and he wants the people in Houston to be proud when they wear a Texans jersey, not to be embarrassed. I guess because they were such an embarrassment. I mean, it's the right idea. So, and also they have 2 back-to-back 20-point wins. Okay, that is a big deal in the NFL. Just to think about it, the Vikings haven't had back-to-back 20-point wins in 4 years. So. This is a really good team. The Texans, we're getting a couple points, so I'm going to take the Houston Texans in this one. I think they'll win outright.
Big Tom?
You got to have balls in this game, boys. You got to have some balls. On what fucking planet is Atlanta favored, right? For all the reasons you guys just said, I won't dive into it again. Are you calling him Riddler, by the way?
It's Desmond Riddler. What is it?
Is it a Ritter?
Oh, I don't know. I thought the only Ritter was John Ritter. Shout out Three's Company.
I think you're talking about Batman.
Never even heard of him.
What's going on? Either way, you guys are right. He sucks. He's not good. They don't throw the ball to Kyle Pitts. It's a fucking nightmare over there.
Can I call it 20? You never heard of John Ritter?
No, yeah, I heard him.
I've never heard of him. I've never heard of him.
He's fucking 14 years old.
Carry on.
So I'm on Atlanta for all the reasons I said, just because it seems like a rat line. It's a gun-to-head play. Definitely not going to be on my official card. Tough game, gross game. Beat it.
John Ritter. Do I need to watch him? Should I watch him?
Yeah, give it a go.
Oh, if you watch Three's Company, the sitcom, dude, you're going to be hooked. It's hilarious.
Right.
It's a guy
text me the name of it.
Chicks. It's a guy that lives with 2 chicks, but the landlord doesn't want that because it was in the 70s when everyone was just swinging, banging anyone. So
that's still how he rolled, Tom.
John Ritter.
The show is great. You'll die laughing.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Mr. Ice has got a family. We got to go.
Yeah. All right. Last gun of the head game. We got Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. I'm just going to start with Vic, and I'm going to get my pen and paper ready to go because I already know what's coming.
All right. Thank God you thought of me because this is going to be fucking a little long. How could you talk about 49ers Cowboys without talking about 1992? Cowboys beat the 49ers in the championship Super Bowl. 93 Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson guarantees the victory. Cowboys win and then win another Super Bowl. And then 94, what happens? 49ers beat them. Go on, win the Super Bowl. Steve Young, 6 touchdowns against the Chargers. It's a rivalry of rivalries. It's the rivalry of rivalries. But honestly, this year's 49ers, which, by the way, ended the Cowboys season the last 2 years in a row, this team is fucking unbelievable. And it's really because of McCaffrey. They won 14 straight regular season games. And to be honest with you, we all saw the game. They were going to beat the Eagles. If they had anyone who could quarterback in that game, they were going to beat the Eagles in the championship game. So to me, they're on a revenge tour, the 49ers this year. They're just kicking ass and taking names. And I think they're going to blow Dallas out. So I'm laying the 3.5. I'm taking the 49ers.
Tone, what do you like?
This game's fucking tough. I'm going to take the over. But gun to head, I would take San Fran.
Let's go. Sorry.
I can see. Listen, Dallas has been a fucking wagon so far. They look really good. I still am just not a believer in Dak, and I think a good head coach with a decent defense figures him the fuck out, makes them more one-dimensional. Would I be shocked if Dallas won this game? No. Dallas is a top 5 team in the league. But I think the San Fran team is that much more dangerous. And Brock Purdy is fucking good, by the way. He's just good. So they just got too many weapons. And at the end of the day, they've had their number. I think they continue to have their number. I'm on San Fran, gun to head.
Ice, what do you like?
I'm same as Big Tone. I like San Fran. I think these two teams are 2 and 3. I think Philly's way better than these teams. So I think these two teams are playing for second in their division. I think San Fran's. I don't trust Dallas. I don't trust Prescott at all. So I would take this game gun to head San Fran.
If you guys have watched this show before, you know how much I hate the Dallas Cowboys, especially Dak Prescott for what he did to me last year in the divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers. If someone told me the only way to save my mother was to bet on the Dallas Cowboys, I'll be at my mom's funeral the next day. I don't give a fuck. I will never bet on the sorry-ass Dallas Cowboys. They fucking suck. I have an official play in this game, though. Sorry, touchdown, Tony. There's not going to be many touchdowns in this game. I love the under 45. Absolutely love the under. I think it's the 2 best defenses in the NFL playing each other. That Cowboys offensive line is not what it used to be. The Niners haven't really had a test like the Dallas Cowboys front 7. I love the under in this game, and I'll also take the Niners minus the points. So now it's our official plays. Mr. Ice, I don't know how many you have. If you're in a time pinch, let them rip right now, and then we'll just circle it all around.
You want to know what my favorite play is?
Yes. So this is like the play that actually fucking matters. So anyone that's listening right now, this pick that you give out, they are sprinting to their legal sports book and they are making this bet.
Can I go second?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
100%. I set you up for failure here. I didn't know he was going to ask you that.
It's okay. I looked at the board. I just want to figure out which one I like the best. So that's why I want to see which.
Well, we'll start with Tom because he always comes through with a nice CVS receipt, so he'll give you plenty of time.
Yeah, no, I'll go quick. I'll tell you what. What I'll do is I'm going to give you a Thursday touchdown play, and I'm going to go with Vic's boy, Terry McLaurin. I'm going to take him to score a touchdown this week. That's going to be a Thursday official play for me. Not my favorite play of the week, but we'll give Mr. Ice a little buffer time here. Again, apologize. We didn't congratulate you on your $42 million mansion. That's congratulations, my man. That's awesome.
I know. He called me up the other day, and it's like, are you congratulating people when they say thank you? I'm like, what are you even talking about? He's like, people are saying thank you to you. I'm like, I honestly have no idea what you're saying. I'm like, I made a video about your house and that I get to use it whenever I want, but I never said thank you.
We did it, bro. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
It was great.
I'm not going to give a pick. I don't have one. I don't have a good one. So when I give, I send it in.
That's why I love him. I would have yelled out anything, and I would have started bullshitting.
Yeah. I send it in when I give it. The one that I liked a little bit was Smoke's pick. I like that a little bit. The under in San Fran. When I looked about this morning, that was the one that I liked the most. But I'll tweet out something later. I don't want to throw out a pick. I'm not gonna.
Fair enough, dude.
I respect that.
You got NHL to worry about. Everyone will be fucking tuning into you for the ice picks. But I appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you coming on, my man.
Always fun. Listen, 3 really good guys that love to gamble. Good dudes. Like that's what I think the internet's so great is that we got to do shit like this. Some people watch, some people don't, but we get to give our opinions and hopefully win more than we lose.
Amen. 100%. Well, thank you for coming on, and hopefully you come back on again.
Go rip some shirts.
That was Mr. Ice. Classy guy. I mean, he's got my respect now more than ever. He has so much respect for his picks that he wouldn't even come up here and blurt one out. I would have pulled one out of my hairy ass.
I would have fucking started bullshitting things that weren't even true. Like, I loved it. I would have sold it. Yeah.
He's the man. I appreciate it. That was cool of him to come on and give us some of the gun to head plays. But he's got a lot going on. He's probably walking into a walk-in cooler right now just to get ready for the season. Just getting those
300 seconds with ice. That's going to be something great to watch.
That will be.
Vic, what do you got? What's the official play?
I got 3 of them, so I'll do one at a time if you want.
Yes.
But let's start off with something gross. I love the fucking Bengals. -3, typical buy low opportunity here. Now, 16-3-1 against the spread, the Bengals were coming into the season. So they were just fucking making everybody money. All of a sudden, that's all gone. And Burrow got a huge contract, and now he's walking around with an attitude. He's got his best friend his best friend Chase in the media saying, "I'm open all the time." You got the coach went out and said, "No, he's fine. He's not hurt." It's time for him to perform. Enough acting like a bitch. Because even years past, whenever they get down early, he sits on the sideline. He acts like a little bitch. I don't like that. I like the Brady guy, the Favre, getting loud, getting people fired up. Not sitting there. You're the leader. You're sitting there like a bitch, and that's how everyone's going to act, like a bitch. It's a must-win for them. It's either going to be 1-4 or 2-3. That's a big difference. So for me, and then Arizona, the way I look at it, they got shredded last week. Now, I know the 49ers are good on offense, but that shit's all on tape now. Purdy was 20 of 21, 13.5, 13 and a half yards a throw, and the 49ers were 5 for 5 inside the red zone, 5 for 5 on touchdowns inside the red zone. So Arizona's been playing good for this coach, but their defense got a little exposed last week. It's a must-win for the Bengals. I'm laying the 3. I'm taking the Bengals.
What do you have to say to this, Vic? What do you have to say to Manuel?
No, I mean, listen. If you're gonna, it's obviously the square side, like because right, it's like the Bengals only laying 3, but right now everyone's piling on how bad the Bengals are. The coach is calling the quarterback out in the media. So I mean, listen, when I make a bet, win or lose, I'm confident in what I play. So if I lose, it doesn't bother me where I snap my fingers and go, "Oh, I should have took Arizona." No, I fucking watched enough Arizona. I watched them get shredded last week. I think Bengals get right this week.
All right. Well, then I'll take the reins here. I love the Steelers +4. I love them in this spot. Mike Tomlin against the spread as an underdog is better than me at happy hour. I mean, I hit at like 65, 69% every time I go to happy hour. This guy's like 72% as a dog against the spread. Give me the Steelers at home +4. I don't care who plays quarterback. I don't know why I like this game. It's just the spot. I'm taking the Steelers +4 at home for my first official play. Big Tone, what do you got for me?
So I mentioned the Thursday touchdown play. We already talked about the Bills. I am going to make that an official play. I won't dive back into all that stuff, but we're going to take the Bills at -5.5. A home dog I love this week is the Rams. It's the Rams against Philly. I feel like it seems like it's too easy. You just heard Mr. Ice think that he thinks that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, maybe in the league. And they are good. They're 4-0. The Rams, they choked down a loss or they ended up winning. But Anthony Richardson came all the way back, right? I don't know. This Rams team is a lot better than I thought they were going to be. And I know we did it a couple weeks ago. Like, what are you most shocked by? What are you surprised by? I'm kind of surprised how this Rams team continues to fight. McVay's a good coach.
Yep.
Could we look like a dummy and get hung, beat by 24 here? Sure. But I'm taking the Rams at home. Eagles going cross country, and again, I don't know. It just feels like a light number to me. I'm going to take the Rams. They got that kid. How do you say his name? Chugga, Hugga. He just catches every fucking ball there is. So I'm going to take the Rams. They still got Stafford slinging it. We're on the Rams.
Big Dick Vic.
I love you, Manuel. No disrespect, Manuel. I love you. I just, me. I live for those dogs like that, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to lay. Anyway, I'm with Smokes. I don't know if he wants to fucking hear this, but I'm with you on the Steelers big time. Now, you talked about dogs, home dogs. I got them 19-5-3 as home dogs since 2002. Don't rub your eyes. Listen.
You're 2-9. What do you want from me, Dick?
He's got to snap out at some point. This could be it. This could be the mojo.
Yeah, no, I got to be more supportive. Listen,
I'm going to fucking, at the end of the year, I'm going to be 55%. I'm going to be 55%.
You need to think bigger.
Well, let's get
to 2-9. I got 2-9 right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's get to 500 first.
I'm going to sweep the board 3-0. Right. I'm going to sweep the board 3-0.
That'll put you at 5-9, which is 4 games under 500. You'll be right back.
Baby steps. You're not doing a great job of being supportive in the early efforts here, but I hear what you're doing.
I deserve it. But I got to be better. But I'm with you on this one.
All right, let's get out of the mud together.
Listen to my reason.
I'm listening.
Reasoning. They got embarrassed last week, 30-6. They lost, right? So first of all, they're 11-2 after they lose under Tomlin. After they lose by 20 or more, 11-2. Now you got Pat McAfee comes out with something on ESPN that maybe the Steelers are ready to move on with Tomlin. Is this guy out of his fucking mind? They just won back-to-back TV games as underdogs outright. We said it on the show that both of those teams last week, they were both in a letdown spot. Houston had a big upset. Fucking Pittsburgh's got back-to-back wins as dogs on national TV. So they were in for a letdown spot. So I'm not going to blame them for losing that game last week.
What about Kenny, though? What about Kenny? Is Pickett?
He's fine. He said he's ready to go.
Gotcha.
But you know what? How much of a fucking fall off is Trubinsky? I mean, not that he's, Trubinsky's not a stud or nothing, but he could put it together for a game. You know what I'm saying? If he had to. And I think he would. I wouldn't be scared to put money on him. I love betting shitty quarterbacks. Wait till you see my next pick. But the media's been pissing on this fucking guy. The media, McAfee's like, they're going to move on from Tomlin. Like, that's not going to happen. Tomlin's a legend. So the loss was fucking justified. McAfee added fuel to the fire. Tomlin will have them ready. They're unbelievable off a blowout loss. I'm taking the point. And, you want to talk history. When Roethlisberger, when it was the Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco era, every time these two teams, come on, Nick, you
can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself.
The 3-point dog won every time.
It was a great game.
I can't help myself.
That's all right. I love it.
But listen,
Don't ever change.
All
right. Next play I got. It's kind of a square play, but I also feel like it's a buy low spot on the Kansas City Chiefs being -4 against the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Chiefs here. I mean, everyone's writing them off, saying that they suck.
Manuel's going to go crazy.
I bet the Jets on Sunday night. I had no problem betting them. Like, Patrick Mahomes was in on the rig. Not only was he sliding at the one, I've never seen him overthrow these receivers like that in my entire life. That shit ain't happening again. The Chiefs' defense is heavily underrated. They might be a top 10 unit in the league. I don't think they've given up more than 20 points the entire season. I could be wrong, but I'm 92% sure that they haven't given up more than 20 besides when they played the Lions week 1. They gave up 21. But the Chiefs have a better defense. They got a way better quarterback. Kirk Cousins ain't playing at 1 o'clock. He's playing at 3:45. He's going to suck. You want to get in a shootout with Andy Reid and the Chiefs? Be my guest. I think the Chiefs cover the -4. I don't care what the line is. I hardly ever bet on the Chiefs, but I like them in this spot, man. Like, the Vikings suck. Last week we were talking about they're the worst team in the league. They finally go out there. They were down 14-0 or something against the Carolina Panthers. They somehow covered the spread. I like the Chiefs here, and I think they cover the number. Tom, what do you got?
I honestly, I wasn't going to touch that game, and I won't. I think you just made a lot of sense to me about that, to be perfectly honest with you, because I thought this was one of those things where, the line seems light, but I think you're right that you had a 21-20 loss to the Lions
Yep.
with KC. Jacksonville, they won 17-9. Sure, they beat the Bears 14-10. Jets 23-20. You're not wrong about them being in some games, and I think they almost need a get-right game, if you will. Right?
Like let's turn this shit the fuck up. We're still the Chiefs.
And enough of all the Kelsey Swift noise. I don't know if that plays a role in it because there's just a bunch of buzz around the fucking locker room. But I got to think Patrick Mahomes and these guys get it figured out. I like that pick. I'm going to ride with you on that pick as well. But one pick I do like is I'm taking the Lions and Panthers over. And I know people are going to say that the Panthers might not score, and the defense of Detroit's is a lot better, I think, than I thought it was going to be. I like the number. It's 45. As far as Carolina goes, they're tough. And I see some defensive touchdowns. I see some offense. I need 14 out of them. I think if I get 14, we get home. And I like that play. So I'm on the Bills. I'm on the Lions over. I'm on the Rams. And I like I'm going to take Terry Thursday for a touchdown play. Those are going to be my 4 official plays on the Smoke Shop, and I'll post some other stuff out there.
All right. I got Jags plus 5.5. We went over that earlier, so I won't cover it again. My last official play is a teaser. I got Texans plus 12. Even if Atlanta wins and pulls some fuck shit, I don't see them blowing them out. If they blow them out, tip my fucking cap. I got the Lions plus 0.5. I don't see them losing that game. Again, if I lose and the Lions lose outright, tip my fucking cap on the square.
They're at home.
This game, the Colts plus 11. I could look like a complete fucking schmuck. Like Tennessee could win this game by 20, but these AFC South games are always so ugly. They always play each other so well. I like the Colts, man. I really think they're a really good football team. For what they were supposed to be, they were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Anthony Richardson is a lot better than I anticipated. I like the Colts at home getting 11, so the teaser is Texans plus 12, Lions basically to win, and the Colts plus 11. Vic, what do you got?
I got one more official play, but I want to touch on like what you were saying with the Chiefs on your Chiefs play. Kelsey, I don't think the Kelsey Taylor Swift thing's a distraction. They suffered for 2 years with Jackson Mahomes doing TikToks in the locker room. Outright getting targeted, like fucking somebody.
That's true.
She's a fucking beetle. I know what you're saying, and you're not wrong by any means, but it's a different kind of animal with her.
But how many of these guys on the team have daughters that love Taylor Swift that are getting access to shit that they didn't have? That goes back to like what I said about Brady having a locker next to his that you just throw shit in and he'll sign it for you. So what's worse? Jackson Mahomes doing TikToks on somebody's memorial before the game is
that was bad.
And then Taylor Swift getting tickets or some shit is totally different. I don't think that'll be a distraction, but you have to be careful with the Chiefs because we talked about it. Well, I talked about it 3 weeks in a row on the show, how much money they've burnt.
Yeah.
And they continue to do it. It's You're like right. the NFL is not like the NBA, and it's not like baseball where Vegas will give you a game where you could fucking crush here and there. Football, 16 games. You know what I mean? They if a team's that good and people are in love with them, they're gonna make sure it's not simple to make money on them. Fucking Chiefs are money burners. But
I don't think anyone likes the Chiefs right now, though. Like that's my point.
So they're low. We're buying low. I'm gonna end up playing them in a teaser, like what you said with Detroit too, because I don't see Detroit losing that game. But my last official play, and this is, you gotta have fucking some nerve to do this. I'm taking the fucking Jets plus 2, baby. This is motivation fucking week. First of all, Sean Payton, right, Nick? He abused fucking Nathaniel Hackett, said, his coaching job was the worst coaching job in history. Now this guy's coaching, he was almost ready to go 0-3. He had a miracle comeback, and that was because Eberflus fucking is not taking field goals. He's making horrible play calls. So he got gifted that comeback, and they had a defensive touchdown. But not only is Eberflus going to be fucking motivated, Zach Wilson's going to be motivated. He's been hearing it, and he got better last week. And he's still hearing it. Rodney Harrison calling him fucking garbage. Joe Namath, the guy who's supposed to support the franchise, fucking ripping him. Shout out Joe Namath. Quick story. My father actually saw him in the 70s. He always told me the story. Namath in a bar on a Sunday morning, Saturday night, overnight, drunk in a bar with 2 girls on his arm. My father said I went right home, set 3 alarm clocks in my house, if you know what those are, Nick. He's like, I got up first thing in the morning, walked to the bookie, and threw every dollar I had against the Jets, and Namath had one of the worst games of his career. I wish I could just remember the game. Anyway, Namath comes out, destroys fucking Zach Wilson publicly. So you got the offensive coordinator and the quarterback working together this week. Like, come on, we're getting better. Let's fucking shove it in their fucking asses. You shove it in fucking Harrison's ass. I'll shove it in Peyton's ass. Jets are going to play huge. Defense is going to play out of their fucking minds. Rodgers last week on the field, uplifting for them. Playing the Chiefs down to the last play of the game and actually complaining because of the pass interference call on Gardner. This is going to have the fucking Jets excited. My favorite play on Sunday, the fucking Jets.
Add it to my card. Add it to my card. Jets plus 2.5. Did you wear that polo for me? I didn't even peep the Dolphin colors. That's special.
No, it really wasn't. But you like it?
I love it. I don't like it. I love that thing.
I was going to wear my Mr. Ice t-shirt, but I didn't want to look like that big of a brown nose.
All right, well, those are the official plays of the week. And tell your mother I said hello. We'll see you guys next week.
Wait, real quick.
You can't do that. We had a meeting about that was our ending. We had the meeting on that. Tone came up with it. It sounded great, and then you go, hold on. We'll try it. No, we'll try it again next week. Go. Finish.
Oh, terrible.
Finish. You got to at least say what you were going to say.
Happy birthday to my boy Mario D, 44. He watches every week. He's 44. He took an hour of his birthday. Could be getting a massage, this, that. He fucking took 41 minutes to watching us.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, brother. Well, let's try this again. Those are the locks. Tell your mother I said hello. We'll see you guys next week.